This video is not going to apply to a lot of you who've been watching my channel for months, years. This video, however, will hopefully be something that you can send to your friends who go to you as the go-to person for vinyl in their life when they have questions about how to get into the hobby, because it's difficult to explain to someone that knows nothing about why they shouldn't get certain turntables, and that's what this video is hoping to achieve. I want to keep it as concise as possible and as simple as possible, so anyone who wants to get into records can watch this and understand how to begin. Let's get started. It is not an easy task to explain the vinyl hobby. We as humans love to be right. We love things to be easy. So when we see a Crosley or an all-in-one turntable in a store and we're like, this looks awesome, I want to get into vinyl, and then we have friends or we read stuff online that are like, don't do that, immediately we want to reject it as false. You'll just assume, oh, that's just some snobby audiophile, that's not actually the truth. Well, this video is showing that it is the truth, and I'm going to explain it in two simple camps. If you're thinking about getting into vinyl, and you're watching this video as maybe the first video you've ever seen of my channel, you need to stop and ask yourself one simple question. Why do you want to get into vinyl? What I'm about to say, I'm going to say in an incredibly genuine, non-judgmental way. Even though it might sound like it is a little judgy, it's not. If your plan is to just spin a couple classical records, or hand-me-downs, or beat-up thrift store records, go ahead, get a Crosley. Go nuts. If you want something just neat to display in your home that looks cool or to take some fun Instagram pictures, go for a Crosley. Do it! However, if you actually care about why people love vinyl and you want to invest in a record collection, listen further. The vinyl hobby is not cheap. Buying inner sleeves, outer sleeves, storage, and records as your collection expands is expensive. But most importantly, getting a setup that justifies having records is even more expensive. Let me tell you a quick story. My first turntable was an Technica LP60. I bought it like some of you might be thinking about buying it because it had great reviews on Amazon. It was cheap, seemed like a great entry point into record collecting. 3 weeks in, I noticed that some of my brand new records started skipping for no reason, and I was very confused. I knew something was up. After getting some advice online, I upgraded to a vintage setup, which I got on Craigslist. All those records that were skipping on the Technica sounded perfect. I never looked back. The reason that they were skipping on the Technica LP60 and all the other turntables of that quality or lower is very simple, and I'll try not to get techie on you. It was missing an adjustable counterweight, as well as an anti-skate setting. Without these, you can't adjust the tone arm to properly sit with the right force. Whatever those turntables are set to at the factory, that is the default setting they will stay at. That doesn't agree with all records, especially those modern 180 gram records. Even worse than skipping, those turntables come with mediocre cartridges and needles. They provide mediocre sound potential with little to no expansion capability. Because the arm is sitting too heavy on the records, those turntables that we, the vinyl community, are urging you not to get are actually damaging your records. Now, all records get damaged over time. They do deteriorate as you continue to play them. But these turntables in particular are going to damage it so much faster that you're going to actually cure the damage quicker than years, when eventually you may hear some distortion. You might hear it in as soon as months. Think of the poor records. As for the all-in-one players, sure, they look nice and definitely convenient. But listen, they sound like crap. I'm not talking from an audiophile perspective, I'm talking from a person with ears perspective. This is even more important than the fact that you're damaging records. Through an all-in-one player that has built-in speakers, you are absolutely not going to understand why the vinyl hobby is so incredible. You're not going to get the hi-fi experience, and you're not going to break through into the hobby, which justifies my channel and most of the other vinyl-related content on YouTube. So go back and ask yourself, why do you want to get into vinyl? If you actually want to understand analog sound and experience music that you love in ways you may have never done before, you need to invest in the hobby. It's going to cost roughly $300 to get your setup unless you get lucky on Craigslist. It's a lot of money for someone just to drop on something they're not sure if they're going to love, but you're not going to know if you love it if you get one of those crappy starter tables that everyone tells you not to. This is the most basic explanation I can give you in this video, and I didn't want to go too in depth. There's tons of other reasons as to why you should definitely invest in your setup, but these two things are the most important things for you to hear. I hope this video helps shed a light on why people are saying, don't get a Crosley, don't get an all-in-one, make sure you spend money on your turntable. It is not elitist audiophile garbage. It's just making sure that you, the listener, can actually get invested in the hobby in the proper way and join the vinyl community. They're not just destroying records, they're destroying potential audio experiences. I put some links in the description for some gear I recommend that you can get started with. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I will help as best as I know how. And of course, a shout out to this video sponsor, Vinyl Moon, my favorite record club, the record club that helps you stay relevant in the music world by doing all the work for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and get ready for more videos every single week.